Today my topic is Anukta Vyadhi, an Ayurvedic approach towards the unstated. In Ayurveda, in this sacred profession, we all know the importance of diagnosing a disease properly. Uh, Ayurveda provide us all the diagnosing tools. Just a minute, sir. I think it's is it echoing there? Ayurveda provides us all the diagnosing tools, the same way this modern era provides. Only the microscopy and this technology is being advanced nowadays. But many of the basic diagnostic principles Ayurveda has already said. As Charaka rightly said that Parikshakarino hi kushalaha bhavanti. Dr. Madhu also has just presented his lecture on history taking. Any for any diagnosis, proper history taking is really important because it is going to help a physician to offer proper treatment to the patient. Now, in terms of Anukta Vyadhi, what is Anukta? So, Anukta is, we can say that it is a newly emerging, previously unstated, or the previously not labeled as any kind of specific disease under any system or strotasas. It can be a disease which cannot be identified or related to any previous stated diseases or any pathology. These are the definitions of Vyadhi given all manuscripts. It shows that there is a pain. When Vyadhi happens, then there must be some kind of pain. So pain in terms of physical pain or a psychological pain, dukha, that is the bhava of man. Then kaik, vachik and manasik, pain related to body, speech and mind. And there is a pathological relation to the pain, that what kind of doshas and doshas are involved in this pathology, and what kind of abnormalities are seen in the body tissues that indicates Vyadhi. So whenever one person decides to diagnose anything, one should inquire for what kind of pain, whether the pain exists in body or it is related to the mind or to any particular system or any particular tissue in body. So Charaka has stated that vikara nama akushalo na jiviyat kadachana. So it is possible that there are various kinds of pathologies existing in humankind which every time cannot be labeled or stated. So for that, what one can do is the sheer trust on the science, that science has many of the options to go towards a proper diagnosis. Uh, so before understanding Anukta Vyadhi, what one should understand is how the pathologies are being existed or how they are occurred in any disease. So these are the very basic reasons I have presented here. What Madhav Nidana says, the incompatibility or the non-coherence of the sensory organs, that is asatma indriyartha sanyoga, transgression or overstepping of the intellectual discretion and seasonal variations. So these are three universal etiological factors what Ayurveda has mentioned, and I think since eras and in today's life also, in today's time also, we can see all these etiological factors are coming true. The second most important factor is whether a person eats any kind of food, any kind of season he is going through. But the main vitiating factor in our body is the aggravated doshas. सर्वेषाम एव च व्याधीनां वातपित्त श्लेष्मणाम एव च. So Sushruth has mentioned it already. So while understanding a disease, we can understand that in which ways a disease can be manifested. Even one disease can be manifested in number of patients in a different way. So what is the reason behind it, or if understanding a disease, what one should understand or what is behind the pathology. So these kind of principles we can apply to the Anukta Vyadhi, which we are not understanding or which we have not learned in terms of any kind of name, under any name. So which are these criteria? So vikara prakrutihi. So what one can understand in a patient or in a pathology which a physician is seeing at first time or seeing it in very few patients. So he can go for the involvement of doshas and their respective vitiating characters. Adhisthana antarani, that is the site of pathology where the symptoms are seen, and the samuthana vishesham, that is the etiological factors which are responsible for this vitiation. So let us see more in this aspect, that why doshas are important. Uh, Vikara Prakriti indicates dosha involvement. So, wherever doshas are those who vitiate the other bodily tissues. So, for any kind of vitiation of any kind of occurrence of any pathology in body, the permutations and combinations of doshas are responsible. The vitiation is responsible, and again the various atma gunas or the characteristics of the doshas when they come together, whether in two doshas at a time or three doshas at a time, their characters, their mixing characters show different kind of pathologies in different tissues. So understanding the knowledge of doshas is very important. Now the sharira doshas and manasa doshas both are mentioned in Ayurveda. So interrelation, psychosomatic relation is always there, but the origin, whether the disease is related to the physical appearance or the physical etiologies, or the disease is related to the psychological etiologies, that will help to lead to the proper treatment in the patient. The site of pathology, it depends on where the doshas are residing. So doshas, there are so many doshas in terms of dhatus, organs, systems. So every dhatu, every system has many kind of tissues. It is made up of many kind of tissues, varieties of tissues. So every tissue has its own character. Every dosha has its own character. So whenever a dosha and dosha mixes up, it shows unknown or very unknown, a different kind of symptom. So all these, when Vata dosha resides in Rasa Dhatu, when Vata dosha resides in Majja Dhatu, so all these are symptoms already mentioned in Samhita. So one can take help of the Samhitas to understand the basic characteristics of Dhatus, doshas and doshas. One of the etiological factors in any of the disease, these are the types where we can differentiate the dosha, the etiological factors in three types, that is the nija hetu, those who are related to the, which are related to the ahara and vihara of the patient. Then agantu hetu, that is in charaka chikitsa jvara adhyay. Charaka has mentioned four kinds of agantu jvar, where these four kinds of applicable to any kind of disease. So abhishanga, abhichara, abhighat and abhishap, these four varieties of agantu etiologies can be correlated or can be applicable to any kind of disease in this world. So then there is Kulaj Hetu. In many of the diseases, Charaka has mentioned the Bija Dushtijanya, Hetu. Physician should inquire for all these of etiological factors in the patient. There are many other ways where one can identify the pathology, and those are these four. For me, these four are the very basic resources for a physician to understand his disease. So, Aptopadesha is the first and foremost area where he can find the resource. Manuscripts or literature is important. Understanding the manuscript is important. Then Anumana, Pratyaksha and Yukti. So Anumana, Pratyaksha and Yukti. Pratyaksha, we all know that using our five senses we can examine the patient. So personal history, history taking, whether it is related to the disease or it is related to the patient, is important in understanding the pathology or a disease. So I'm not going into the detail. Then is the Aptopadesha. Uh, for Anukta Vyadhi, Charaka has mentioned in Vimansana Adhyay 4, Charaka has mentioned a few of the points where a disease can be learned in terms of the Prakopanam. Excuse me? Uh, so these are the few points where a disease can be learned. So evam prakopadam, that is which are the vitiating causes in a patient. Evam yoni, that which is the root cause of the disease, whether it is related to the sharira or manasa, then or agantu hetu or kulaju hetu. Then evam utthana, what kind of etiology it is there. Then atmanam, any specific feature like budena bahudeva saranam is atisar. But Dravasarana, yeah, Malapravrti is a character presented in many of the diseases. So along with that, any specific and the generalized symptoms and the specific symptoms. So any specific symptom is present in the patient. So one should identify for that also. Then Adhisthana, any specific pathology located. Then characteristic of pain. There are different kinds of pain mentioned in Ayurveda related to the Vata dosha. Then again Vata dosha, if mixed up with the Pitta dosha, then what kind of pain it will generate? Along with pain, any other local symptoms will it generate? So in terms of understanding and history taking a disease, these are some points a physician should taken care of. So any kind of upadravas, any vruddhi sthana kshaya, or any aggravation, any regression of dosha dhatu and mala or agni in body, then any kind of udarka, well, it is related to the after impact of the disease. But if the disease has happened already, then what kind of impact it has left on the body, that also can be studied. That takes a long term. That is a long term study. But also, if the patients are many and chronic disease is happening, then udarka can be considered. Yes? Then Anumana. So Anumana is related to the logical evidence. So in any of the pathology, what are the current symptoms and what is the pathology behind it, or what are the abnormalities could be there, can be identified. So the Anumana can be related to the present inference, the past inference, and the future inference. So then is uh, this is then these are some points related to what other things can be identified in the patient. That is the how is the agni, how is the strength of the patient, how is his memory, and how the prognostic according to the fatal signs, according to the arishta symptoms, whether the patient has landed in any adverse condition. So that can also be identified by examining the patient. Yukti, this is Yukti is like the law of Newton, the third law of Newton, I think, because for any action there is equivalent opposite reaction. So for any kind of abnormal activity in body, there must be any irritating etiology, any inflammatory etiology, any foreign etiology may be there, or there may be any systemic disorder. So for any reaction there must be, for any action there must be any reaction. So and in a vice versa manner, for any reaction there must be some kind of action. So if there are any abnormal symptoms present in the patient, so according to the symptoms, according to the site, what kind of pathology and what kind of probable etiology is there can be found out. So why these examinations are important? Then as rightly said by Dr. Madhu, history taking, personal history taking, and disease history taking is important. So use of 8-fold, 10-fold examinations stated in Ayurveda will also help in understanding the Anukta Vyadhi. Is it necessary to understand any disease if it is not labeled, if it is not stated in Ayurveda? So yes, it is important because it is going to help the physician to treat the patient properly, and of course indirectly it is going to help the science, because if the physician is able to treat the patient properly by understanding the underlying pathology, the patients are going to trust the doctor and ultimately to the science. So knowing the unknown is really very important, and for that reason the proper understanding of the science is also important for the physician. So take home message, new diseases will go on emerging as long as the mankind exists. A good physician can treat and the unstated diseases only by acknowledging the science completely. It is stated that Shastram Jyotihi Prakashartha Darshan Buddhiratmanaha Tabhyam Vishak Suiktabhyam Chikitsa na Paradhyati. So understanding his science and trusting the science completely, judiciously is rather than judiciously, completely is very important. Practicing hands-on training, the pariksha vidhis are also important, and achieving skills at practical implementation of the basic principles of the science are really necessary. So here I end my session, and thank you very much for listening me patiently. Thank you.